just sometimes not that fun because we don't have the same lab rooms like other schools.
Like a lot of home experiments.
Oh, it's a classroom?
We don't have a science lab, but it is really fun.
We try to make the use of what we have, like, to the best. Like, we don't just do whatever with them, but we try, and the teachers try as hard. Sometimes they get their own money and buy the stuff we need. If not, we all pitch in.
Not really a lab, so we just kind of improvised. Like, we got a new ventilation system, and it was a basic fan that you plug in, so that was cool.
Today we're going to go ahead and kind of show you a little bit about our classrooms that we have here at CEIBA. Classes are sharing the space. Everything gets kind of crammed together, so it's like a half is chem, half is AP bio. We've got some microscopes on top. We've got AP bio books here. We have a couple of AP bio stuff. I don't have a cabinet, so I pretty much, for the experiment that they had today, crammed everything that they needed to right in these little two cubbies. We have the lovely periodic table at the front. And this is probably one of the only ways you can see that we're in a chemistry classroom or in a science classroom. That, and probably that we have a movable lab station.
A demo table that has a manual water pump, and as you can see over here, we have the one with clean water, and over here the one with dirty water, which we have to replace every time the water runs out and dirty water has to move out.
We barely got that because we were using the bathrooms to rinse out stuff, so it was kind of weird because people were giving us weird stares like other classes, and would kind of distract other students, but I mean, it worked for now.
And we don't have a shower. And because of that, I really limit chemistry to basic kitchen chemistry. So you'll see a lot of like hydrogen peroxide or vinegar or baking soda, and they don't get to use like hydrochloric acid or sodium hydroxide because I get really concerned about the safety of our students. And then right now they're out, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and take these things upstairs to the science office and lock them because we don't really have enough closed cabinets to keep up all our liquid or our solids too. So this is the storage we have that's locked where kids can't get into it, but it would be really great if we could go ahead and have a couple of locked cabinets inside of our classrooms, so that way in any of my classes, biology and chemistry, I wouldn't have to go running upstairs to take this up every single day up and then bring it back every morning. So that would be good too. This is the high school material science and physics room. As you can see, Ms. Jing's done a wonderful job in her classroom decorating, because you can say, hey, this looks like a science room. Even though it's a regular classroom, she just adds that personal touch to make it look a little bit more like a science room. But
our tables aren't sturdy, so accidents can happen.
Like, we don't have, like, you know, just in case we get burned, we don't have no showers. You know, we can't really do as much experiments as other schools.
Just so that only aprons that we have in the lab, it's made of very thin plastic materials, and they're not very durable. They tear very easily during lab experiments.
A big one is using a fan, and then there's two doors, so that there's one where the fan is pointing towards so that the air is getting out, and then the other door is open so that there's like fresh air coming through, or fresh air from the hallway.
But I think a lab upgrade would just kind of fuel that fire for them wanting to learn more about sciences and sciences in the world, and maybe going off into a STEM career.
We did something that I really liked was the fake snow. We used sodium polyacrylate, which is an absorbent, right? And then we added water to it and it made fake snow. And then we had to write down what we observed, and it was. And we also did an experiment with dry ice. First we were just watching everything it does, and then later we made ice cream with it. And then we also did an experiment with currently we're doing an experiment with rock candy, and it was nice.
I mean, for one thing, it would help us focus on the actual science instead of like wondering if we should be careful about a certain thing.
We would be safer. We would have more materials to be able to do more projects, because some projects we can't do because we're lacking materials.
It would help us a lot, like mostly because we have like a middle school and a high school, so it would benefit all of us and have more educational experience, like more experiments here. It would help us a lot.